Hi there! Welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be an overview of all the brands I would like to try in 2023 and the brands I tried in 2022. So a little bit of a look back, but also a look ahead at the future. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. If you're into eyeshadow palettes, essence and Catrice, and getting the use out of your makeup the way that I am, then definitely stay tuned because I think this video is going to be right up your street. I kind of mentioned this kind of thing at the end of a video last year. I didn't do a dedicated video, but I thought it could be interesting to have a look back at the brands I actually tried in 2022, but then to also sort of look ahead and see what brands I would like to try in 2023. Maybe there are brands that you've tried for the first time in 2022, I would love to know, and maybe there are brands you are looking forward to trying in 2023 as well. So let me just get down to business, but before we do that, it's maybe good to know for people who are new here that I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, which greatly skews my makeup preferences. And because I've been buying, trying, and reviewing makeup for more than a decade, I also have some very strong preferences. If you would like to join the Snow Angel Club, all you need to do is click the subscribe button down below. So in 2022, I actually got around to trying 23 different brands. There were 2 brands on my list last year that I didn't actually try yet, so they're being moved into 2023. So the brands I said I was hoping to try were Victoria Beckham, Trinity London, Glossier, Dear Dahlia, Ather Beauty, Zeesea, Kosas, Adept, and Kailav. Now, some of these brands I know I will no longer be trying if I haven't tried them yet. But both Trinity London and Kosas I haven't gotten around to just yet. So Trinity London is a brand I was hoping to buy sometime this year. I did spot them when I was in London at Phoenix. That's where they have a counter. It's a department store, and I was able to see the entire line, but the staff just weren't very helpful. And so I was like, well, if you see me walking around and swatching products and nobody even asks whether you need any help, I don't know. It was just, they were very busy doing a lot of other things than helping customers, which I thought was a bit unprofessional. So now I'm like, do I still want to try them or not? But I've moved them into the new year because I do really like the look of the products. And I've been able to figure out which shades I'd like to get. So I think I'll just order them online at some point. It's just something I couldn't budget for anymore in 2022. So I'm moving it into 2023 to try it at some point this year. The other brand I didn't get to try yet was Kosas. Kosas is still a brand I'd like to try, but I'm a bit nervous about the brand because they are like a clean beauty brand, and a lot of people are decluttering their products really quickly because they feel they have gone off. So that makes me a bit nervous because this is definitely not a cheap brand. And for the most part of the year, it was very difficult for me to find these products because I thought the only place they were stocked at was Cult Beauty. And the line was pretty much out of stock, at least the shades I wanted to get was out of stock for most of the year. So what's up with that? But now I found that they're actually stocked also at Revolve, which is also where I bought Tower 28 for the first time. So they seem to have a lot of these like more clean beauty brands. So now that I know where they are available, it's going to be easier for me to get a hold of, I'm sure. But yeah, I was waiting for things to come back in stock on Cult Beauty, but every time it does, it's like gone within the day. And since I tend to budget things out, I cannot buy everything in one go just because something is in stock. I need to go like, okay, that's the month I'm going to make my purchase. Now I can allot some budget towards this purchase. And that just wasn't something I could do with Kosas all year. So that's why I didn't try that yet. And then another brand on my list for 2022 was Kailav. Kailav used to be known as Musée Beauty, and this is a brand that stopped shipping internationally during the pandemic, and I don't think they've brought it back since. They still haven't. However, so many people in the comments said, Kailav is nothing special, it's more like drugstore-ish kind of stuff. And I was like, so even if I can get my hands on it, because I'm pretty sure I could get it through a shipping company, or if I were to ask a friend or someone who I know who lives in the US, I might still be able to get my hands on it for sure. But I was like, if that's the kind of quality it has, is it then worth going through all of this effort to try and get them? And I was like, they really haven't released anything exciting or new in the past year either. So this is just a brand where I'm like, I don't think I need to try them anymore now. Like, the hype has died down. I don't think I really need to get in on the Kailav train anymore. Then some other things that I mentioned in my 2022 video, also linked to a trip to London that I was hoping to do, and I managed to do that. Glossier opened up a store in London, and also Victoria Beckham Beauty has one counter in the entire world, which is in her boutique in Dover Street. So I went to this very ritzy upscale boutique because Victoria Beckham clothing isn't cheap. And I was like, yeah, I just want to have a look at the makeup. But yeah, I did manage to go there when I was in the UK, and I managed to pick up the bits I wanted. I did a full face of Glossier already. I will be showing you, I think I already showed you the Victoria Beckham eyeshadow in my full face of luxury makeup, but it's definitely also going to be making an appearance sometime this month because I'm currently doing 31 days of one and done shadows, and one of the days is going to be a Victoria Beckham product, but also one of them is going to be a Glossier product for sure. Then one of the brands on my list was Dear Dahlia. This is a brand I spotted in 2021 on my Instagram as a sponsored post and was like, that looks really pretty. And then I saw that they were stocked at Douglas. So I didn't have to go through like a vague website or anything like that. I could just get it locally. Granted, it was only for sale through the online website, so I wasn't able to go into a store and have a look at this. And at the time, like, I feel that Douglas stocks a few brands that people will say like, oh, but you can get it from Douglas. But if you actually look at what Douglas has to offer, they only offer older things, and I feel that that's sort of the same, like, at least I felt that way when I tried Dear Dahlia. People are like, yeah, but they have so many other lovely products, but I couldn't find those at the Douglas website at the time, so I hope it's improved by now, but there are a few brands where Douglas says online exclusive, and then it's like 3 products, whereas the line is much bigger. So I felt that was the case with Dear Dahlia as well, that they're just not very updated on what the brand is actually putting out, which is a bit of a shame. But I did spot Dear Dahlia at Galeries Lafayette the last time I was in Paris. So this is one where they have a counter in Paris. So if I ever find myself in Paris again, which I'll probably go to Paris again once or twice this year for sure, I might be able to actually have a look at what they have to offer, because they are a very pretty brand, and there are a couple of really stunning products. Just the things I tried didn't impress me to the point where I was like, I need to get more from this brand, because they are a little bit more expensive. They are a little bit more high-end. I think one of the eyeshadow and blush things that I tried were like 30 euros each. So, you know, trying 3-4 products and it's like 100 euros easily, which for the quality I felt was a bit too pricey. Then Ather Beauty was on the list. I finally managed to try them, and I love both palettes I got. I was lucky to find 2 palettes in their 4th of July sale, so it was a really good deal as well, and I really didn't have to pay that much for shipping and handling fees, so I was very happy with that. So Ather Beauty was definitely a success. They haven't announced anything that really stands out to me as something else I need to try from them, so I've tried the brand. I'm happy with what I have. Don't need anything new for sure. And then a brand on my list was Zeesea, and I'm not sure if this is like some sort of manifestation, but Zeesea was actually a brand that contacted me and said, would you like to receive PR from us? So that happened to me twice this year, and I got to try some of their products, and I feel similarly about them as I did by Dear Dahlia. Their packaging is absolutely stunning. It's out of this world amazing, but I don't feel the quality and the price point that you pay for it are necessarily lining up. I would say that Zeesea is just incredibly good drugstore makeup, so I would find like prices around the 15-20 euro mark a little bit more fair for this brand, but I think also because of the pretty packaging it's marked up quite a bit, and you pay roughly around like 30-35 euros for a lot of their stuff. So I find that it's more like MAC pricing almost. And I just don't feel that the quality is as lovely as that. Granted, I was able to pull some stunning looks out of the palettes I tried. The blush is really pretty. I tried some of their lipsticks, which are beautiful as well. But this is a brand where you really need to have some sort of level of magpie in you to really appreciate it. And I feel I've now tried them. It's fine. I know what the quality is like now. And I was really happy that I was able to work with them and receive it in PR. And then finally, a brand I mentioned in my video was Adept. And Adept, I loved it so much that I went back when they released something new that was interesting to me and I bought it, like straight away. Very worth it. If you're into all shimmer or like shimmer heavy palettes like I am, this is a nice one. This is a nice one. Also some brands on like my list that I had never even heard of before. So some newer to me brands. And I think some of these brands launched even in 2022. So Cosmic Brushes all of a sudden came out with the Serenity palette, which blew up overnight. Very happy I got to try it. I put it in my top 10 favorite palettes of the year. Makeup by Lisa, Raven's Castle palette. I saw this mentioned on Erica's channel, and I just love the palette so much that again, it ended up in my top 10 favorites of the year. And similarly, the Fantasy Cosmetica Druid palette was another great one, and this brand launched in 2022. So I couldn't put it on the list. Then there were some things that came to me or that I decided to buy and I was like not able to try it until 2022. So my Sigil Inspired by Temi Tanuka palette, the Perky Lavender Chinchilla, I bought at the end of 2022. In fact, it took about 4 months to get here. So I bought it in like August and I didn't get it until November or something crazy like that. So I didn't get around to trying that until 2022. Douglas was gifted to me by one of my subscribers who was like, hey, can I send you a package? And so I was like, yeah, sure. And she put these 2 palettes in. And I'd never tried Douglas's own brand makeup. So now I have. And again, here I feel it's a bit too expensive for what you get. But I was happy that I was able to try them. Then also Wayne Goss was a brand where I think I bought a couple of products at the end of 2021. I didn't quite manage to get around to them just yet, so I managed to try both the blush palette and the lip gloss I got in 2022. So that was a new brand to me as well. Similarly, about Ather Beauty, they were also a brand who contacted me at the end of 2021. Hey, would you like to try our palette? And so I tried their Desert Monsoon palette, which was nice. It's a really nice quality palette, but it didn't really truly stand out to me in everything because it kind of got lost in the shuffle. Then I think, yeah, also Midas Cosmetics is something that I already got at the end of 2021. Didn't try it until this year. And similarly about Gucci, I got my first Gucci lipstick, I think around the summertime of 2021, and I knew instantly that I wanted to do a dedicated video with just Gucci, but it took me an entire year and a half, close to a year and a half, to be able to buy enough lipsticks to do a video. So now that it's 2023 and I did that video in 2022, I can finally start using them on a daily so I can really determine, are these my favorite lipsticks of all time, yes or no? Because they were pricey, but it just took me some time to gather enough. And of course, I have been wearing some of the lipsticks I already owned as they were coming in, but I just can't, I haven't been able to test all of the formulas out equally. So that's why I left them out of my top 10 favorite lip products for sure. Because I can't, like, it takes me a while to make up my mind. It just does. And then another brand that I bought in 2021, I didn't try them yet, Game Beauty, and also Unique Beauty. Some indie brands that I bought at the end of 2021, and I didn't get around to trying them until 2022. And I think there were a couple of other brands that I bought for the first time in 2022. So Glaminatrix, I bought over the summertime. I already reviewed the 2 palettes, and they're a bit hit and miss for me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'll be buying any Glaminatrix again anytime soon unless they really do something that stands out to me. Then Clio is a brand together with Moonshot. They are K-beauty brands. Really lovely. I got myself a Yes Style order in at the start of the year. Did a full face of K-beauty makeup again for you. And they are just, K-beauty has really sparked my interest. They do some lovely things. The focus is definitely more on quality rather than, you know, packaging and those kind of things. So loving me some K-beauty brands for sure. And I think finally we need to chat about Blend Bunny Cosmetics, because that's one that I also bought at the very, very start of the year. And I did already try those 2 palettes I tried. Again, nice enough, But unless the brand starts doing more interesting color stories, I don't think I'll buy from them anytime soon. I was happy to try the formula. It's good, but it's a bit matte heavy for my liking. So now we need to move into the final bit of this collection, this video, which is what brands do I want to try in 2023? And some of this is like particular products I'd like to try, and some of this is particular brands I'd like to try. So Trinity London and Kosas have been moved into 2023, so those are two of the brands that I would still like to try. Moira is pretty high up the list, but I kind of need to get some recommendations of like what's actually good, because their website I find very overwhelming. But I have been told by people that it's quite affordable to buy from them even if you're not in the US. Martina Cosmetics, they came out with a lovely palette in the fall season, but it's been out of stock on Beauty Bay ever since. So when that palette comes back in stock, I think I will buy it. And then I would like to try some Makeup by Mario. It's a brand I've never tried anything from. His bronzer balm is the one that interests me most, but his eyeshadow palettes a lot of people rave about as well, so maybe I'll pick and choose from his palettes what I would want to get. However, Makeup by Mario, the website is US based, so it's quite expensive to buy from, I think. If you're in the European Union and you've bought through the Makeup by Mario website, let me know. Or if you know a place where we can buy it as Europeans, it would be lovely. Zara makeup, they came out with a full line, and I love the Zara lipsticks. I've tried a couple of those in the past. They have a strong vanilla scent, and I don't think that has disappeared yet. And there is a makeup counter with Zara products in Amsterdam, so I did already see that. They do some really cool things, but the website is a bit confusing because you can't see shade names. So can I order it online, or do I need to take a trip to Amsterdam to try and buy this? I don't know. Would you be interested in that? Like a full face of Zara? I don't know if anybody would want to see that. Then I want to try some Kruidvat makeup, because I want to do a full face of Dutch makeup brands. And Kruidvat a few years ago started doing a name brand makeup line in their drugstore. So in case you're not Dutch, Kruidvat is one of the largest drugstore chains here, together with Ethos. They also have their own name brand line. So if I were to do a full face of Dutch makeup brands, it's probably going to be very drugstore heavy, because those are the only more unique brands we have. There are very few high-end Dutch only brands. Ici Paris has one, I know. Is it Only You or Be Creative collection? But I've tried products from those lines before, and I didn't like them. So I'm not going to be spending money on that. There's just not that much makeup that's unique to the Netherlands. But I'm going to try and do my best to rope together a full face makeup. And I'm definitely going to go pretty heavy on the Kruidvat stuff, because they have some really lovely like liquid highlighters and very pretty blushes. So definitely want to try some more Kruidvat. If at some point this year I decide I want to try some more brushes, I haven't technically tried 3 of them yet, but I bought 3 different brush brands in 2022. So Refer, Spectrum, and BK Beauty. A lot of people are raving about those, and I just wanted to give them a whirl. But then people were recommending Hakuru to me. Or what's it called? Hakuro, I'm sorry. And they're a European-based website, I believe. So if I'm at any point this year thinking, oh, I need some more brushes, I'm going to try this brand, I think. And a brand I'd like to try is Geek and Gorgeous. So they're a skincare brand that's a bit more indie, and they seem to have some lovely active ingredients. And they're also great for sensitive skin, I've heard. So they are definitely a brand I would like to try at some point. But at the moment, my skincare cabinet is pretty well filled, especially because on my trips to Paris now, I've done 2 in the past year, I was able to stock up on some of my favorite French skincare. It's a bit cheaper over there as well. So I'm probably going to do that again this year. So do I then need to buy this? Like, if I just stick to my La Roche-Posay stuff, I'm pretty much going to be happy, I'm sure. And then there are a couple of like actual products that I would like to try more of. So Wayne Goss's Smoky Quartz is an eyeshadow palette that I would like to try at some point. And now that I've tried his gloss and his blush formula, and I really think it's lovely, I would like to try his eyeshadow palette as well. Some cream bronzers are on the list. The NARS cream bronzer, the ABH cream bronzer, And then I would like to try e.l.f. and Makeup Revolution again. I've already mentioned several times how I would like to do a full face of e.l.f. at some point this year. I was able to place myself an order with e.l.f. over the Christmas break, but because of, I think, the Royal Mail strikes in the UK, it hasn't come my way yet. But when I have that in, I will film it for you for sure, because I want to try the putty bronzer, and over here my shade is constantly out of stock. And then I have the Makeup Revolution stuff. Again, a lot of people have been raving about their cream bronzer, so I'd like to try that. And I was like, well, I might as well just rope in a couple of other products and try some new Makeup Revolution stuff that I haven't tried yet. So at some point in the year, I'm going to be trying out some more Makeup Revolution for you, because I haven't really properly tried them in like 2 years or so. And they're an affordable brand, so I might as well do that. And then finally, I'd like to try some K-Beauty eyeshadow palettes. So in 2022, I tried some K-Beauty eyeshadow and I liked it, but I think I need to find some better color stories. One of you is really into the K-Beauty stuff, so you left a lovely long comment with all of your favorites. So I'm gonna have to dig through. I think I did save a couple already on Yes Style that I would like to get at some point. But yeah, that's something that at some point in the year, I would like to do like a dedicated K-Beauty eyeshadow palette review, something like that. Those are all of the brands and products that I'm looking forward to, like that I'm keeping an eye out for, that I would like to get my hands on at some point. Let me know in a comment down below what you hope to be getting your hands on. I would love to know. And then, of course, if you would like to thumbs up the video, subscribe, that would very much help out the channel. Also, if you'd like to know like what some of my ultimate favorite products are, there is a link in the description box down below called Shop My Favorites, where you can go through, and it's an affiliate link program where if you do buy through that link, I could make a bit of a commission. So I would like for you to have a gander there. And yeah, I've got lots more content coming your way, so if you'd like to stay tuned for more, take care everybody, have a good day, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye!